Imagine a conscious contact with God so strong that no matter what you are doing or not doing, that no matter what your kids are up to or not up to, and that whether you've got the person of your dreams or they're just not cooperating, that you are happy, content, and at peace. A space where everyone else's thoughts, attitudes, and actions are beautiful and exactly as they are supposed to be. Well, this is the space where I like to play. My name is Mischa Z, and this is today's Bitch Slap. Join me as I shed light on the thoughts, actions, and attitudes that are causing you pain, and we train our minds to go to the capital S inner self, the joy that is waiting for us, the God within. On the last episode, I spoke about two things specifically. I spoke about a lot of stuff, but two main points. One was the illusion of overnight success, and that the reality is for a huge amount of people, it's that luck, that illusion of luck that we may see in somebody is actually, I love this definition, luck is where preparation meets opportunity. One of my mentors in the loan business, Darren Riley, told me about that. Told me that saying. Can't remember who said it. He referenced somebody. It's probably a famous football coach, but and then the other was that, embracing the vision that's popping into your head and then printing out a picture of that and slapping it on your wall. And morning. And cute girl with cute dog just rode by. And sorry about the diversion. So I wanted to continue a little bit on that theme and say that yes, the vision, the thoughts of the creative thoughts in a new direction, and in my course correction and who I can help and how I can be of service is coming through loud and strong. And I will be jumping on stage to, at this point, Kiss's God of Thunder. And and I had a new point I was going to talk about. It was that, so in a lot, there's a lot of storytelling going on in online marketing. Obviously, you've got to be able to tell a story, craft a story, have it be poignant, have it, connect the dots, have it inspire, movement, orders, transformation in people, all these things. There's always all this important stuff, important reasons to tell stories and learn how to tell stories and tell the right story at the right time. And I'm about to cross the street, so I'm going to pause. So you get it. Lots of good reasons to tell stories. And, there's ultimately the shortest form stories of little blips on the social media where you might do posts that convey emotion. So it's important to have a catalog of stories. And one of the things in the .com secrets, playbook, shall we say, or manual to online business success, is having a catalog of stories. So he had us do an exercise. He has you do an exercise. And I did this exercise, and it's really interesting because it's materializing in a presentation in my subconscious and now coming out in my conscious, if you're tracking me still. So just I was listening to Kiss's God of Thunder and
just had it looping because it's such a fun song and reminding me of my youth and all this. And then over the past few days, as this creativity, new direction, new vision has been flowing through, and ideas for a presentation have been absolutely coming together and manifesting, and all these stories sliding in at the right places and such. And as I was recording the last episode, I realized, oh my gosh, I had totally forgot that I had done that step of inventorying stories of my life. And it's a great idea. And you don't have to write out all the stories. All you have to do is like a bullet point sentence. And so I was writing them down. And, you have to stop and do it. You have to stop and write those down. You have to stop and think. And I can tell you that maybe I did it for an hour, plus or minus. I can't remember exactly, or I'll have to go through my notes, or done it over a couple of days at different times. But starting to think in that direction, and not putting judgment on whether the story is good or bad, right or wrong, I need to use this story or not, just inventorying all the stories of your life. And I don't mean like bad stories you're telling yourself that are holding you down. You know what I'm saying? There's stories of our life, like pretty good, bad, that have this sort of meaning or that sort of meaning, have this lesson, that lesson, or have no lesson whatsoever that we can think of at the moment. Just write it down, inventory your stories. Don't place judgment on them. Don't think too much. Don't read too much into it. Just inventory your stories. So that's what I did. And now, so I probably did that 6, 7, 8 months ago. And so now as I meditated this morning, I did the Course in Miracles work, which is basically, the way, it's the literature I read now to tap into source, higher power, the infinite intelligence, God, I don't care, call it whatever you want, good orderly direction. But the stories are popping up and into this presentation. Who knows where the presentation goes? Maybe it's for a webinar. Maybe it's for, I don't know. Maybe I create a course, and so I need stories to emphasize points within the course. There's just all of these cool reasons for it. But it's all percolating and coming together. And I just think it's so cool. Follow the instructions. Don't think too much into it. You don't need to know why or believe it. Just do it. And then when the right time, the results from those actions will manifest. And that's what's happening. It's super fun anyway. It's super fun. What do people say? Visualize it as though it's happened. Then your subconscious will grow to that direction. And you can actually feel the feelings now, which I was as I was walking. It was beautiful. And so now when it happens, I'll already be moving on to bigger things. Or maybe bigger is not the right word. That implies ego in my mind, to new fun things from there. Anyway, I could go on and on about this. I'm trying to be mindful of time. Love to all. Follow the instructions of the plan that is being handed to you, whether that's from me, Russell Brunson, or somebody else. Trust the process. Make it happen one day at a time. Love to all. I'm out.
Thank you for spending time with me today. As someone who is committed to growth and service to this world, I so appreciate your willingness to come with me, go within, and serve our world through change. If you found value in this podcast and you know someone who can use this message, share this episode with them. Share it so our mission can be achieved one episode at a time. And of course, subscribe so you can hear more. And lastly, for more resources on what has helped me on my journey and can help you on yours, go to belove.media/resources. That's BELOVE.media/resources. Thank you again for listening.